So tonight's message is called maximizing your singleness. Okay, I believe this is a very, very important topic for a lot of people. Very, very important topic for a lot of people. So if you here and you single, man, just go ahead and put your hand up in the comment section. Let us know like you here, you single, and you where you supposed to be. Because I want to teach you guys how to maximize it. Right? Because a lot of people have got complacent in their singleness. A lot of people have got just stagnant, you feel me? In their singleness, you don't really know what to do. So now we need to turn that stagnant, turn that complacency into some purpose. You feel me? Let's put it into purpose. Let's shift gears here. Like if you've been stagnant, if you ain't been doing nothing, maybe you have been doing something. You feel me? But let's just shift the gear here so we can understand what's the real importance of this singleness and what you really should be doing on how you can maximize it. Okay? So if you see me looking over here, bro, I got notes because God has me write pages of notes so I can really deliver the message the way that the message needs to be delivered. All right, and it keeps me on track at the same time. So I believe that singleness is a significant season we must all go through in our life in order to maximize our full potential and step into our purpose and the fullness of our purpose. I believe it is the most important season in a person's life, and I truly believe that. Like, your singleness is one of the most important seasons of your life, okay? Because it literally shapes the foundation of the rest of your life, bro. The rest of your life is shaped off of your singleness, okay? We live in a world that promotes and peer pressures us into getting into relationships from a perspective of fear of missing out. So a lot of people is getting caught up in this FOMO, thinking they missing out on something because what they see on social media, what they see on TV, what they see in movies on Netflix. Like, see, the thing is, when you not where you're supposed to be, you're going to get caught up in that FOMO, right? When you're not living on purpose, you're going to get caught up in that FOMO. When you're not being who God has called you to be, you're going to get caught up in that FOMO. And this is what a lot of people is doing. They getting caught up in that fear of missing out. So now they're like, oh my gosh, I desire this, I desire that, I desire this. But see, the enemy uses that fear of missing out, uses social media, uses Netflix, uses all these different things, right? All these different things just to bring that desire out of you. Right? To push that desire out of you. Right? That fleshly desire. Really, because there is a void inside of us that desires companionship, that desires love, but he really pulls it into a negative way. So instead of you focusing on your identity, instead of you focusing on your singleness, you focusing on, man, I want a relationship, bruh. I want a relationship. So the enemy has did a good job of distracting many people from their callings and their purpose by getting involved in relationships before individuals actually know who they are. Right? And this is the sad thing, right? And we're not even talking about just intimate relationships. We talking about every type of relationship. So any type of ship, can be a distraction, which is why we have to watch out, right? We got to watch out for the type of ship, right? So identity is so important when it comes to relationships, because if you don't know your identity before engaging in any type of relationship, you run the risk of other people's opinions, ideas becoming who you are. Right? So whatever people think about you, whatever people say about you, whatever, you should dress like this, you should do this. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what gives you value, right? You run the risk of that becoming your identity, right? But other people's identity, other people's ideas, other people's opinions, right? That should not be your identity. That should not shape who you are, right? But see, we run that risk when we don't know our identity, when we don't have a foundation of who God has called us to be. We run that risk of allowing other people to dictate who we become, right? So this is why we want to understand ourselves, why we want to love ourselves, why we want to understand what the Bible actually tells us, so we don't run the risk of becoming what other people want us to be, right? So we want to step far away from the lie identity and step into identity. Amen. So many people get burned out in relationships. Who here felt relational burnout? Relationships that burned you out. Right? Who here experienced that? Because I had that before, bro. I experienced that before, and it's not fun. You feel me? Like, when you get into relationships that burn you out, bro, it's not fun. Right? So many people get burned out in relationships because of the simple fact that they're operating from a place they're not operating from a place of identity, so they end up in relationships that don't pour into you, right? But take away. So We all been in those relationships where we felt like we was giving more than we was getting. That we all been in those relationships where we feel like we was pouring more than we was receiving. See, a relationship is a two-way street. You feel me? It's a two-way street. You're supposed to be pouring into each other, whether it's platonic or intimate. Like, whatever type of relationship that comes inside your life is supposed to be beneficial from both parties. You're supposed to add value to each other. That's what relationships were built for. That was the idea of God building relationships, for partnership, for companionship, to really benefit one another. That's the purpose of a relationship. But see, when we allow when we allow the society, right? When we allow society to tell us what relationships look like, right? To lie to us of what relationship looks like. When you start allowing Netflix to tell you what a relationship looks like, you feel me? When you start to allow all these different things to tell you what relationships look like, see, this is what you're going to end up in. A relationship that don't add value to you. Because relationships that this world promotes is not what God promotes. So we want to get closer to what God promotes and not what the world promotes. Because the world is just going to take away from you. It's not going to pour. It's just going to drain you, bro. It's going to burn you out. So this is why you've been experiencing that burnout. This is why you're experiencing those things. Because, bro, relationships that is from the world, from the enemy, burn you out, take away from you. Why? Because they're just meant to distract you. They're just meant to keep you complacent. They're just meant to keep you stagnant. None of the relationships that come from the enemy, that come from the world, is meant to push you closer to purpose. Right? And this can all be solved, simply by knowing your identity. Because if you know your identity, you know what not to get into and what to get into. Like, identity solves a huge problem, right? But here's the thing. Let's talk about the problem, right? So we live in a world that has created a big crisis, and social media has done a good job of perpetuating this crisis. And this is a crisis that is amongst our brothers and sisters today. Right? What is this crisis? This crisis that many people are experiencing today is an identity crisis. There's a big identity crisis amongst our youth, amongst our young adults, amongst a lot of people. I mean, even adults don't even know their identity, which is crazy. But it's not really crazy, because at the end of the day, if you don't know God, if you weren't taught, then how could you possibly know your identity? How could you possibly know who you are and whose you are? You won't. It's just not possible. So, without identity, I truly believe we set ourselves up for failed relationships, intimate or platonic. Okay? So if you don't know your identity, you're really only setting yourself up, right? Relationships are so powerful that even God said it's not good for man to be alone. That's how powerful relationships are. Relationships are so powerful, God said it's not good for man to be alone. Right? So to say and believe you don't need relationships in your life is a lie you've adopted from the devil, because we all been to this place where we've been hurt before and we said, you know what, forget relationships, I'm done. Who's been there? We've been there. We've been there. You feel me? We all been to that place where you've been hurt so bad, scarred by relationships so bad, you dang near done with all relationships. I don't need no friends. I don't need nobody. Right? We've been there, but that's not healthy. That's not healthy. See, that mindset is a result from an unhealthy environment, an unhealthy relationship. That's the reality. Exactly. That's your trauma. That's your trauma you're trying to run from. God said it's not good for man to be alone. So that means there's good in relationships. See, you just didn't know your identity like you think, like you should know your identity. You didn't know it. So what happens is you end up getting into things that you shouldn't get into. You feel me? So we got to get right before we end up messing ourselves up. So the devil hates unity. Okay, the devil hates unity. So this is why, if he can attack your identity, he doesn't have to touch your relationships, because the lack of knowing who you are will be the reason why the relationship will be destroyed to begin with. That's deep. Okay, so the lack of knowing who you are in any relationship being built will be the result of the relationship failing. This is why a lot of people fail in relationship building, because they don't know who they are, or the other person don't know who they are. When you both don't know who you are, because relationships is really two individuals, right? So when y'all don't know who you are, y'all end up falling because there's no identity. Now check this out, right? For the most part, relationships end For the most part, the reason why relationships ends is because it's the result of self-destruction. You self-destructed that relationship because you didn't know who you are. So what happens is you guys end up being toxic. You end up bringing in things that you find in this world. You bring all these different things. So this is why you end up in the place you in. So if you don't want to be in that place, then you got to know yourself. You got to know your identity. You got to know all of these things so you can get to that next level. All right. So understand that these self-destructed relationships is two individuals who come together with no cause or identity. Okay? No cause or identity. When you guys don't have a cause or an identity in your relationship, okay, it will cause the relationship to fail. It's the lack of cause and the lack of identity is why relationships fail. Relationships fail in life because there is no cause. What y'all standing for? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Y'all just sitting there watching TV. If you sitting there just watching TV, no cause. Ain't no mission. Ain't no vision. Right? If y'all don't know your identity, then you really not going to know your vision. You really not going to know the mission. If there's no identity, there's no cause. Because identity is what leads to vision. You feel me? Identity leads to vision. That's going to be the reason why you're going to get up every single day. Vision is the reason why you get up every single day. You move with purpose. You move with a sense of urgency. You move with some sense. So if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a cause, bro, like there's no point of you being in that relationship to begin with, right? So this is why it's important for not only like I see a lot of ladies in here. It's important for y'all to understand that a man needs to have a mission. He needs to have a vision. He needs to have something. He needs to have something because if he don't have something, he got nothing. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Where is he leading the ship, right? Because I see more women in here than men. So he gotta have something so you guys can go somewhere. Something like he gotta give you something to work with, right? So let's break this down. Let's get into a verse. We're really about to stay in two verses today because our main focus today is going to be talking about, maximizing your singleness. So we really want to stay in two specific verses today. That's going to really, I truly believe is like the foundation. Okay. So let's get into this. Matthew 22:36 through 40. 22:36 through 40. Right? We all heard this verse before, and this is when the Pharisees and the Sadducees asked Jesus what is the greatest commandments of all, right? Of all the commandments, which one's the greatest one? So they said, Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, the Lord your God, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on to these two commandments. Okay. Now we have to remember who asked this question. These are the Pharisees and the Sadducees that asked Jesus these questions. Who were these individuals? They studied the law. They knew the law. And I believe that there was over 100 laws that they had to keep. They had to keep over 100 laws. So they was genuinely curious like, yo, bro, we study all these laws for a living. We study all these laws for a living, but we really want to know because you showing us that you got this knowledge. So we really want to know, what sums up all these laws? Which is the greatest? How can we sum up all these laws? So they was genuinely curious on yo, how do we do this? Right? So when you look at Jesus's answer, it's important to know that they asked for one answer and he gave them two. They asked for one answer, he gave them two because he couldn't answer it with one answer. It required two. Okay? Jesus basically said, you can't love your neighbor without loving God first. You can't love your neighbor without loving yourself first. Right? You got to love God first. You got to put God first. And you got to, God is how everything works. So you first love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Because why? Loving God with your heart, soul, and mind is how you love yourself. Right? Now, if you want to love your neighbor, you must first do those two. Right? But they all go hand in hand. It's like a trifecta. You have to love God, so you can love yourself, so you can love people. That's how this works. Now, this is where this generation messes up, though. We try to love people before loving God first. We try to do ministry without knowing our identity. We try to help people without helping ourselves first. We try to put people first before we try to put ourselves first. Right? So this is the problem with our generation. We try to put people before ourselves, before God. Now check this out. Like, for real, I want you to think about it from this perspective, okay? Think about it from this perspective. I believe that this is the one time in the Bible where God is telling us it's okay to be selfish with this guidelines of Jesus' answer. Like, I believe like this is the one time he's telling us it's okay to be selfish. He said, before you can love anybody, you must first love God. You must first love me with all your heart, soul, and mind. So you can love you. Right? So you can love you. So he's telling you, like, God is literally telling us, like, yo, put yourself first. Put yourself first. Put me first. Right? Put me first. Like, be selfish. Stop trying to go out there and help everybody else and you ain't even helped yourself yet. You feel me? Like, it don't work if you don't help yourself. None of that works. None of that can get you to the next level in your life. So check this out. Love. Right now we're talking about love. Love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. What does that mean? What does that mean? What that means is you need to pursue God. Love is a pursuit. Love is a pursuit. You should strive to know God's mind, ideas, thoughts, characters, fruits, ways, values, etc. Whatever you want to add to that list, bro. Like it's a pursuit to God. Like, loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind is a pursuit. Okay, so when we pursue God, he teaches us how to love ourselves. And that's the beauty in the pursuit of God and pursuing God, right? God is how we understand self-love. So without God, the love you show is vain. Without God, it's not love, but it's a counterfeit love. And how God broke this down to me is it's a familiar spirit version of love. Like, real talk. It's an idea. It's your idea of what love is, right? Because if your idea of what love is not God, then it's not God, because God is love. God is love. God is the definition of love, bro. He's the definition. He's the standard of love. So if you don't love God first, it's impossible for you to truly say you love yourself and you love other people, right? It's impossible for you to love your neighbor, because he is the standard of love. He is love, right? So if anybody in your life told you they loved you and they weren't moving from the standards of God and they weren't moving from what God said love is, then they ain't really love you. They love the idea of you, right? They didn't, like, that's the reality, because the world has an idea of love. Remember, ideas really rule this world. So the world has an idea of love and it's promoted everywhere on social media, TV, movies, school. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, because the enemy wants to warp your perspective from what love actually is, right? Because check this out. Like, what we have to understand is the enemy knew God's love. Why you think he's able to replicate it? Why you think he's able to counterfeit it so much? Because he was once loved by God. So he knows God's love. He knows what's going to get you to crack. He knows what's going to get you to fold. He knows what's going to get you distracted. He knows what's going to get you off track. Like, he's not dumb. Like, we can't take Satan like a dummy, bro. He's not. He's not a dummy. So, like, he's very smart. He's very cunning. And we have to be up on game of what love is. You feel me? So we don't end up getting into something we don't need to get into, right? So you truly don't understand love in its rawest form until you read the Bible. It's what I learned in my life. Like, love in its rawest form, you don't know love until you read the Bible, until you locked in with God to understand his nature, which is love, because it's the nature of God is love. His nature is love. Like, that's literally what it is. So if you ain't read the Bible, you don't really know God's love like that, because once you experience the love of God, you'll never be the same. You'll never be the same again. The love of God changes you. You'll never be the same when you experience the love of God. So when people come to Christ, let's check this out. When people come to Christ and they turn away and they walk away, after some time, they really ain't experienced the love of God like that, because the love of God changes you. The love of God changes you truly, bro. Like, if someone was really saved, they won't go back. I'm keeping it real. No matter how much someone likes to profess that they were saved, if they end up backsliding and end up going back, they weren't really saved like they thought they was. For real. Because someone that is really saved, bro, won't go back. Someone that is really ride or die for God won't go back, bro. No, by all means. Like, it's very possible to live a righteous life because the Bible says that God hates sin. He hates sin, right? Sin is something that God hates. So if God hates sin, why don't we hate sin? See, the problem is we like to normalize God's grace in this relationship with God. We like to use God's grace as an excuse to keep sinning. And that's where you mess up. That's where you start blocking your access to the promises of what God has for you. When you start to say, oh no, God knows my heart. You feel me? God got grace for me. You feel me? But you're only stopping yourself. I'm telling you, you only stop yourself from progression when you use grace as a scapegoat to keep on sinning, bro. I'm telling you. So is it possible to live a righteous life? Very possible. Is it possible to actually move with a sense of purpose? Very possible. But as long as you are cohabiting with sin, you ain't gonna get there, bruh. So we're talking about stepping in purpose, maximizing your singleness. If you want to maximize your singleness, you can't entertain sin. Real talk. How do you maximize your singleness? By entertaining sin. How do you maximize your singleness? By entertaining Jezebel. Like, you have to choose hot or cold. You have to choose right or wrong. You have to choose love or sin. What do you want? That's it. That's it. That's all you got. So if you want to step into the fullness of your purpose, right, you have to make a choice because the choice is up to you. God's not going to force you to do anything. Anything. He don't force you to do anything. You feel me? He don't force you to do anything. So you have to make a choice of what you want, bruh. Because if you don't make the choice of, like, what you doing, bruh? What you doing? What I'm telling you is Jeremiah 29:11 promises for you. Right? The land of milk and honey is front. The promised land is for you. But how long do you want to stay in the wilderness? Even the children of Israel didn't get it right. Even the children of Israel didn't get it right, man. Like, exactly. We have to stop playing church. Real talk, bro. Stop playing church. Get it, though. If the children of Israel didn't get it right, they kept going back. They experienced promised land and still wanted to go back. I don't expect anything less from us. Right? I don't expect anything less from the body of Christ than to mess up, than to fail, than to want to go back to their sin, go back to their bondage, right? But it takes a real strong individual that loves themselves, that loves God, that has no other God. It takes a strong individual that understands love. Because love is going to carry you in your relationship with God. Love and the fear of God and love is going to carry you in your relationship with God, bro. It's going to carry you. It's going to carry you all the way through the good, the bad, the ugly. It's going to carry you, bro. Like, so once you understand love, then you're going to be able to move forward. Then you're going to be able to exercise your full potential. Then you're going to be able to really maximize your purpose, okay? So check this out. Let's get into it. So what is love, right? What is love? Let's go to first lesson. This is the love chapter. 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. This is a love chapter, bro. This tells us what love is. This shows us what love is. Anything less than this ain't love. So you really got to understand that this is love. This is love, right? Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoice with truth. What? It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. And where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Understand that everything that was described there is love. So if someone says they love you and they ain't patient, they ain't kind, they don't they envy, like bro, you literally have a checklist. And when it comes to your singleness, you have a whole entire checklist. If it don't hit the checklist, then it ain't it. It ain't from God. That's how I look at it. If it don't hit the checklist, it ain't from God, right? Does this person have this? Oh, you boastful? Oh, you prideful? Oh, you goodbye. Right? That's what it is. That's what it is. If they don't got it, then It's going to fail. Right? 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4 through 8. 4 through 8. So like study this chapter. Understand what love is. Why do I say this though? I say this because this is who God is. So if you have a man or a woman come into your life, right? If you have a man or a woman come into your life and is not displaying this right here, it ain't God, bro. It ain't God. Chapter 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Verses 4 through 8. But listen. If they're not displaying this right here, this chapter right here, although you can also include the fruits of the Spirit. You can also include the fruits of the Spirit in here as well. In Galatians, I believe it's chapter 6. Let me get that for you as well. Because that's God too. Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. 22 through 23. So, all of this embodies who God is. So, if your relationships, okay? If your relationships is not embodying the fruits of the Spirit and the fruits of love, right? It ain't of God. In your singleness, this is one of the most important passages and pieces of scripture you need to understand, because not only is this who God is to you, right? Not only is this who God is to you and who God is, his nature, but this is how you're going to love yourself. This is how you're going to love yourself. Very important. The fruits of the Spirit scripture is Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. Now, think about this when you love yourself. Right? You say you love yourself, but are you patient with yourself? Are you kind with yourself? Do you speak kind words over yourself? Are you patient? Are you patient when it comes to you fulfilling the calling that God has called you to fulfill? Right? Are you envious? Right? Do you boast? Right? Are you proudful? Do you dishonor yourself? Do you dishonor yourself? Are you self-seeking? Are you easily to get angered? Do you keep records of wrong for yourself? Right? Are you protecting yourself? Are you trusting yourself to step out? You feel me? Do what God has called you to do. Are you being hopeful with yourself? Are you persevering yourself? Are you failing yourself? Man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like, this is important for us to understand. Like, so you have to, not only does this apply for God's love for you, but this applies to how do you love yourself? Because if you can't do this is why God says, bro, first love me, understand me, right? Because when you understand God, you understand how to love yourself. Right? Understand God, understand how to love yourself, understand how to love people. Because if you don't love God, you can't love yourself, you can't love people. Very simple. Very simple to understand. And if you don't love God, you don't love self, you don't love people, how do you have healthy relationships? The purpose in life is for relationships in life. Relationships are power. Get it? You weren't put on this earth by yourself. No, you were put on this earth by yourself, but not for yourself. So that means relationships are powerful. Relationships, remember, just like Naomi and Ruth relationship. Remember, Ruth had to know Naomi to step into the promise and the fullness of where she was supposed to be positioned for purpose. So for you to think that you don't need relationships in your life, you're bugging. You're literally bugging, and you listening to the devil, bro. Right? You need to, heal from your trauma, right? You got a broken vase. You need to fix your broken vase, right? Heal from your trauma. Fix yourself up so you can step into the fullness of who God has called you to be, right? And part of your destiny is tied to people. Get that. God's going to bring people in your life that is going to inspire, that's going to motivate you, that's going to push you, that's going to bring you forward, that's going to pour into you, right? To get to the next level. But see, these people won't come into, like, some of these people will come into your life in a broken season to help you fix. But see, sometimes those people are temporary just for the simple fact of you're like, You need to love yourself and love God to the point where you don't bring your hurt and your trauma and your pain and start hurting other people. Because hurt people hurt people. You feel me? And you can be hurting the people that very much is there to help you. That is the people that is actually sent from God to help fix your vase. You feel me? So this is why you need to understand God's love. So when God brings people in your life to help fix you and show you God's love, you can recognize it. Because a lot of times God brings us people in our life, but we don't recognize it's God because we're seeing and we're looking from a perspective that is broken. We're looking from a perspective that is hurt. We're looking from a perspective of our traumas. You got to fix your lens. You got to fix your lens of what you're looking at this life at, because you're looking at life from a specific lens right now. Right? So if you don't fix your lens, some of y'all lenses is broken. If you don't fix your lens, you're not going to be able to see clear. Everything is going to be look. Have you ever tried to look through a broken lens before? You see everything. Like you'll try to look at a picture, but it's gonna be there. Like there's so many different pieces to that broken lens. Like you can't even see straight. That's the moral of it. You can't see straight. You can't see straight, right? So this is your standard of love. And if it ain't this, right? If it ain't this, it ain't it. Let me hear y'all say that. If it ain't this, it ain't it. If it ain't this, it ain't it. That's what it is. If it ain't this, it ain't it. And you got to say, if it ain't this, I don't want it. Real talk. If it ain't this, it ain't it. Right? So that is a reality that we have to accept. Okay? That is a reality we have to accept. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Okay, verses 4 through 8. So if it ain't this, you don't want it. I'm working on getting the recordings up for you guys. They slowly downloaded. They're not downloading for some reason. So I'm gonna get all the recordings up for you guys, so you guys can go back and listen to these. But they're taking so long to download. I don't know why, but we're gonna get those together for you. So if it ain't that, you don't want it, y'all. Right? So check this out. But we also have to be aware, right? We also have to be aware. For those who have the scripture, please put the scripture in the bio down there. Thank you. So for all those, so also we have to be aware, right? We have to be aware of counterfeits because the enemy is very aware of God's love. Very aware of God's love. So he knows how to create counterfeits that is pleasing to your eye. Hold on. The counterfeits are pleasing to your eye for the purpose of destroying you. Boy, like it don't get any more counterfeit than that, you feel me? Like for the purpose of destroying you is crazy. Like for the purpose of steal, killing, destroying you is crazy. Right? That's the whole purpose of the counterfeits. So if you're not up on game on what love is, if you're not locked in with God to know what love is, bro, you might just find yourself in something you ain't supposed to be in. I'm just saying. And that's the thing, bro. The enemy knows that every single one of y'all is called, called for greatness. And he knows, he uses the one thing. Think about this. He uses the one thing. The enemy knows he can't get you to do this. The enemy knows he can't get you to do certain things. You feel me? He knows that. So what he does, is he uses people. Because we all have this void inside of us that has a desire for companionship. And if we don't know God, what we try to do is fill that void with people. We try to fill that void with people. We try to fill that void with things. Now check this out. Right? The enemy knows there's a void in every single one of us. And that void is to be loved. And the reality is that is a spiritual void, right? And that spiritual void can't be filled by anything physical. So no matter what person, right? No matter what person or material thing that you try to fill it up with, like it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So you gotta get it together. This world, check this out. This is exactly what the world has done. This is what the enemy has done. The world has created a generation of people who are looking for love, right? Who are looking for love. And when you go looking for love, you end up finding it in all the wrong places, right? And it only leads to more pain and more pain and more pain and more pain, right? So the enemy knows there's a void in every single one of us, and that void is to be loved, is to be loved, right? And check this out. And if that void is to be loved, we have to understand that that void is spiritual. So that void can't be filled by anything physical. Anything physical. So no person or material thing can fill that void. Yet we still try to do it today. What's good? What's good, Amber? Ooh, that felt good. I had to crack my back real quick. But no, for real. Like, this is what it is. This is what it is, y'all. Like, we have to understand that God is the missing piece to the identity crisis that is plaguing our generation. Like, God is. God is. Right? So, self-love is the foundation of your singleness, for real. And you only reach self-love by loving God first. Right? That's it. You only get to self-love by reaching God first, loving God first, understanding God, pursuing God first, and wholeness comes from God. Boy, this is deep. It's we all hear this, but like when you begin to understand that you become whole by loving God, bro. Like you become whole by loving God. For real. For real. So a relationship, understand, this is what a relationship is, all right? Two whole people coming together. A relationship is two whole people coming together. But the problem with the world is we think two halves make a whole. That's the world's idea of a relationship. The world tells you can be half and you can be half. You can be broken and come together and y'all can make y'all gonna make a fixed vase. How that work, bro? How that work? How does two broken pieces make a fixed vase, bro? Y'all both broken, bro. Y'all both broken, bro. Y'all both have pieces that's all the way in the gutter, bro. Like, what you doing, bro? Like, it don't work, bro. It don't work like that. So, fix yourself. Fix yourself so you're not... So it's like, fix yourself so you can be ready for the relationships in your life, right? Fix yourself. So, if you are not whole, then you should be careful when it comes to building relationships. Okay? If you're not whole, you should be careful when building relationships, because you must truly know yourself before getting to any type of relationship. Like, real talk. Like, you need to really know yourself before getting to any type of relationship. It's because, like, knowing yourself is essentially like that's how you know what to accept and what not to accept. Like, if you don't know yourself, then you're gonna accept everything. That's dangerous, bro. That's dangerous. You gonna accept everything? This is why a lot of people is accepting toxicity. This is why a lot of people is accepting things that ain't of God, bro. Ain't of God. So know yourself, know God, right? And if you don't know yourself before getting into any relationship in your life, what happens is you run the risk of hurting and falling into a cycle of pain, right? And you hurt and get into a cycle of pain, right? And the reason why you hurt and you get into a cycle of pain is because this is the result of us, mankind, severing the relationship with God, and the result is sin. So sin is painful. Sin is painful. When you're in sin, it hurts, bro. It hurts. You may be desensitized to it in the moment because you're in it, but pain hurts. Like, the moment you start going to God and you got to release everything, it hurts, bro. It hurts. That's the reality of it. Because you started tying yourself to things you should have never been tying yourself to. Why are you tying yourself to sin? You didn't know no better. Maybe you did know better, but you just going through a cycle at this point, right? Because you could have knew better, but you still just being we just disobey sometimes, bro. We just disobey sometimes. That's just what it is. Like, it's in our nature. It's in our nature to disobey. It's in our nature to step away from God. That's our nature. Okay? All right. So like the crazy thing was, like, that wasn't even the points. Like, we didn't even get to the points yet. I got 15 key points for y'all for keys to self-love. Y'all ready for this, bro? because this is what we need to apply so we can get to the next level, right? So I got 15 key points to self-love. So make sure y'all have your pens and your notepads ready. And then I have the wisdom applications, right? We got the wisdom applications next. So let's get to these key points so we can really go. So number one is the importance of singleness. Okay, the importance of singleness. The most significant pursuit in life is to achieve the state of complete singleness. The most significant pursuit in life is to achieve the state of complete singleness. Singleness is where you're supposed to be complete, yo. Singleness prepares you for the relationship, yo. Singleness prepares you for what you're called to do. That's what singleness does, bro. It's literally preparation. It's literally finding yourself loving God, bro. A relationship doesn't make you whole. You become whole when you love God and love yourself, and you do that in singleness, in relationship with God, right? So relationships don't make you whole. Understand that singleness prepares you for what's to come. So if you're constantly searching, if you're constantly seeking in all the wrong places, then you need to watch yourself, because you're only gonna hurt yourself. So singleness, like the most significant pursuit in life, is to achieve the state of complete singleness. You need to be complete before any relationship. You need to be complete, because if you ain't complete, then you gotta watch out. Like, complete is wholeness. You need to be whole, healed from your trauma, healed from your brokenness, healed from this, healed from that, healed from this, healed from that. Right? Because you want to be whole when you hop in to a relationship. You need to be whole before you hop into any relationship. Okay, that's number one. Number two is foundation of relationships. Foundation of relationships is number two. Key number two, foundation of relationships. So self-love is the foundation of relationships. Singleness is the foundation for all types of relationships, whether professional, social, personal. You feel me? Every relationship you get in your life will either succeed or fail depending on who you are. Think about that. Depending on who you are. Like, a lot of times when a relationship fails, what is the first thing we do? We blame the other person. We turn into the devil and we start accusing. You did this. It's your fault. It's this. So we got a relationship that's falling and failing because now, and when it starts failing, y'all both start pointing the finger at each other. Isn't that funny? That's how you know you're in sin, right? You start pointing the finger at each other. Y'all start acting like the enemy. Y'all start mimicking the enemy. Like, isn't that hilarious, bro? Y'all literally start becoming like the devil. Like, and he's just sitting there laughing at you goofies. He's like, bro, y'all goofy, bro. Like, y'all goofy. Like, y'all over there just laughing. Like, nah, but on a serious note, like, it depends. Like, relationships depend in the success and of a relationship, and the failure of a relationship depends on who you are. Now I want you to check this out, though. Just because it's a success, just because you have a successful relationship, does not mean that the relationship is right for you. Because you can find yourself in a content, good relationship and still not know your identity and cause. You can just be content because you're comfortable. And the enemy can keep you in that contentness. He can keep you in that complacency because he don't want you to know the cause. He don't want you to know your identity. He don't want you to know all of that. So what happens? He keeps you stagnant, because guess what? You're better stagnant than a threat on your purpose. Does it make sense? Like, you're better stagnant than a threat. Very simple to understand, bro. So every relationship you build in your life, okay, will serve a purpose. And every relationship you build in your life will serve a purpose, and you knowing your identity will help you understand the purpose of the relationship, because identity births vision. And where there's vision, there's movement. No vision, no movement. Okay? So every relationship in your life will either succeed or fail depending on who you are. And just because it is a success does not mean that it is right for you. Because you can find, and the reason why is because you can find yourself content in good relationships and still not know your identity and cause, or the identity and cause for the relationships. Every relationship you build in your life should and will, if it's sent by God, serve a purpose. And you knowing your identity will cause you to understand the purpose of the relationships, because identity births vision. Yeah, buddy. That's good stuff, buddy. That's very good. Very good. Very good, my friends. Take notes. All right. Number three, quality of relationships. So number 3 is quality of relationships. Quality of relationships is number 3. Key number 3 is quality of relationships. Singleness determines the quality of relationships, and problems in relationships often stem from the underlying singleness issues. Okay, so singleness determines the quality of relationships, and problems in relationships often stem from the underlying singleness issues. So the quality of relationships that you have are determined on the quality of who you are. So if you are not quality, don't expect quality. It's as simple as that, bro. You are what you attract is real, bro. It's real. Like it's real, bro. It's a principle you gotta understand, bro. You attracting who you are. You know what they say? Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, that's real. That's real, bro. So if you got, listen, if you got a group of circle of a whole bunch of dummies in your circle, you feel me? All of them is just foolish in your circle. What does that say about you? That you think just because you the smartest one in your circle, that means you got a good circle? That's a dangerous circle. You should be the dumbest one in your circle, bro. Like on everything, bro. You should be the dumbest one in your circle. Because if that's the case, bro, you better off not even having a circle, bro. You're better off not even having a circle, bro. Like, you better off alone at that point, bro, until God brings you a better circle, bro. Real talk. Real talk. So become quality so you can get quality. It's as simple as that. Become quality so you can get quality. So the more quality you become as a person, the better your relationships get. Real talk. Because you're at a certain level in your life right now, right? Think about this. You're at a certain level of your life right now, and if you don't like the quality of the relationships that is around you, what does that tell you about yourself? You need to level up. You need to level up. That's all that is saying. If you don't like the quality of relationships that is in your life right now, you need to level up. You need to level up. And exactly, that's the shift. That's the shift. Level up is required. It's required. Right? And you're going to leave a lot of people behind because a lot of people don't want to be quality. A lot of people want to stay the same. They want to stay stagnant. That's on them, bro. You can stay stagnant over there, buddy. Yeah, keep it pushing. Right? Because not everybody is supposed to be positioned. Not everybody is supposed to experience the positioning of the purpose that God has called you to be. Not everybody is supposed to experience that. So if they're not willing to go to the next level, be at the next level with you, do next level things, they ain't for you, bro. People are seasonal. Get that, though. People are seasonal. So the moral of the story is what, y'all? Become quality so you can get quality. You become quality by loving yourself. And we're going to continue. Like, this is self-love right here. This is all keys to self-love, right? This is all what you should be doing to love yourself. Understanding that you need quality. You need it. You need quality. You need to become it. Okay? What number are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Number 4. Self-concept and societal influence. Self-concept and societal influence. Okay? Self-concept and societal influence. Self-love determines your self-concept. Self-love determines your self-concept. Okay? Check this out. Your self-conscious, Your self-concept is the picture of who you are and who you see yourself as. That's your self-concept. The self-concept is what is the picture that you see in your mind of who you are. Okay? But check this out. God help me with this one for real. So your self-concept, okay? Your self-concept is the picture of who you see yourself as. But self-love is your ability to see where you're at in the moment and understand who you are striving to become based upon what you know you're capable of doing. Bro, that's good, bro. God wrote that one. Wow. Self-love is your ability to see where you are at in the moment and understand who you are striving to become based upon what you know you're capable of doing. What that means is you know in this moment right now that you can be better based upon the potential of who God says you are. So it's you loving yourself, what? Being patient, being kind with yourself so you can get to that next level. So self-love is your ability to see where you are at in the moment and understand who you are striving to become based upon what you know, what you're capable of doing. Gosh. So it's crazy because when I'm doing this, I never go back and read it. Like I never go back. This is when it's actually all just hitting me right now. Cause I'm realizing what God had me write. Is that crazy? Like I literally I do it so fast because I just get off work and I only have I don't have the time to look at what I'm reading because the reality is I have to get through the whole entire thing in like an hour and 30 minutes before I go live. So we're going through this together and I'm blowing my own mind right now of what God has told me in my mind. I'm sitting here like, wow, that's good. But it's only God that can do that. But it's God that can do that, but it was my ability to love myself, to love God to the point to fill myself with everything that God wanted me to fill me up to this point of my life, all these 22 years to get to this level of knowledge and wisdom right now. Self-love. It's what it is, bro. It's what it is. So it's crazy. Like everything that I'm telling you guys is everything I've done in my life. Real talk. Okay. So self-love is your ability to see where you are at in the moment and understand who you are striving to become based upon what you know you are capable of doing. Okay. So nowadays, society plays a huge role in people's self-concept. Many people think they have to become what they see on social medias. Why do you think we see a female, like, for example, I just use females, for example, right? I just use females because it's the first thing that came to my mind. A lot of females, what they do now is they want to fit into society. So this is why we see a lot of females putting fake stuff on them. Fake lips, fake this, fake this, fake this, fake this. Because they think this is self-love. They're trying to fill this spiritual void by adding physical things. But if they simply just love God, they would love themselves. If they love God, they would love themselves. Right? That's all it is. Like if they love God, they will love themselves. That's it. So but see, this is getting perpetuated through social media though, and influencers, because your influencers are influencing you in a direction of your life. Who you're following, they're leading you. So these people and these individuals are subconsciously getting led by who they're following, and they say, you know what? My favorite Instagram model. My favorite this. My favorite this. My favorite this. I love her. If she doing it, I do it. She loves herself. Slay, girl. Right? They do it. That's why they do it, because they following somebody. So now it comes down to who you following. Who you following? Who you looking up to? Because if you don't know who you following, if you don't know who you looking up to, bro, that's on you. That's on you, bro. You're going to end up becoming someone you're not. You're going to end up becoming something you're not, bro. So this is why you need to love your, bro. This is why in Your self-love stage, when you're where you're at in your singleness, there has to be a period of time where you get off social media. Because can I tell y'all something, bro? Can I tell y'all something, bro? Like some real talk. Real talk. Being alone, being alone, like being alone is so important, and it's something that most people can't do. Okay, it's something that most people can't do. Being alone is not you being in your room, scrolling on social media, watching TikToks. Being alone is not you being in your room, talking on the phone with your friend. Being alone is not you being in your room, doing some other thing. Being alone is your ability to sit still with yourself. Like it's your ability to be alone by yourself. Like, be alone with yourself. Work on a skill. Work on something. Invest into yourself. We're gonna get into that. But being alone is very important. Very important. I'm working on. I'm gonna get this live up for y'all. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post all these on YouTube. Just bear with me. I gotta download all of them. It'll take a long time, bro. Okay, so don't let society shape and influence who and how you love yourself, okay? Because you're going to get caught up in the societal trap of them telling you, who you are, of them giving you an identity of who they want you to be. You ain't supposed to be like society, you feel me? Like, that's the reality. You're not supposed to be like society. You ain't supposed to be like nobody else. You supposed to be you. That's it. You supposed to be you. So, what's the next number? What number we on, y'all? What number we on? Because I don't know what number we on. What number we on? 5, 3. What? 5, 3, 5. Okay. So number 5. Number 5. Self-knowledge role. Self-knowledge role. So we got to know the role of self-knowledge. Okay. Self-knowledge is the key to all relationships, including understanding one's strengths and weaknesses. Self-knowledge is the key to all relationships, including understanding one's strengths and weaknesses. You need to know yourself. Real talk. You need to know yourself, okay? Nobody should know you better than you. Nobody should know you better than you. That means no one should be able to tell you about you. Nobody should be able to speak their mind about you. Because nobody knows. You know you, bro. You know you. So nobody should be able to tell you. Like, you need to know your weaknesses, your strength. You need to know what you like, what you don't like. You need to know what you value, what you don't value. Because you can't live life accepting everything. So you need to know yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to be yourself. You need to study yourself, right? Study yourself so you can have a quality life. Study yourself so you can have a quality life. That's it. That's it. So have that self-knowledge and that self-understanding. When you read your word, you learn more about yourself. You learn more about God. The more you love God, you learn more about yourself. But this really comes down to assessing, taking a self-assessment of who you is and who you are. Like, who are you, bro? What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What makes you want to wake up every single morning? Like, what is you? What do you like to do on a day-to-day basis? You feel me? Like, you got to figure out what that is, because when somebody else comes into your life, bro, like, it's either you're going to be miserable or you're going to be happy, bro. You feel me? So you got to know, before anybody comes into your life, you got to know what you like to eat. It's simple things like that. What you like to eat, bro? What you like to eat? Or what you like to do? What makes you happy? What you need? What you like? So, like, like all of that is vitally important for your life, for the building of relationships in your life. Okay. The next one is loving oneself. Loving oneself. Loving oneself. Okay. Loving oneself is truly your ability to speak life over yourself. Like loving yourself is your ability to speak life of yourself. Self love is pivotal. You need to speak life over yourself, such as internal motivation and self worth, bruh. Like you need to be able to look in the mirror and say, "Look, you look beautiful today. You look handsome today. Let's go out here and let's conquer this day, bruh." Like, there's nothing wrong with affirming yourself. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Thank you, God. Like, God made you that way for a reason, bro. Like, let me tell you why. Why it's important. Because a lot of people look for other people to do that for them. A lot of people look for other people's validation. Like a lot of people, like you can't be dependent on people's love, on what people say about you, because people, what I learned, will always let you down, bro. No matter if they there for you or not, bro. Like people is always gonna let you down, so you can't have no expectations over people to do that. So what I'm telling you is you gotta have those days where you gotta know your worth, you gotta know your value. Like just because someone come up to you, be like, you look good, you look good. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, you already know. Like it's thank you, all right. And you don't gotta say I already know, but it's like thank you, I already know. You feel me? Like you should already know you look good because you told yourself that morning, and you know when you walked out the door, you look good. That's the reality. You feel me? Like before you walked out your house, you made sure you look good. Come on now. So don't depend on nobody else to tell you nothing, because you walked out already slaying. You walked out already looking the best you possibly can be on that day. You feel me? Because some days we have some bad days. You feel me? But hey, love yourself, bruh. Love yourself, because that's very important. We shouldn't be seeking anything. We shouldn't be seeking anything. Okay. The next one is rejecting external validation. Rejecting external validation. Rejecting external validation. Like, stop seeking other people's approval. Stop seeking other people's approval. What you need other people for? You feel me? Like you shouldn't be seeking approval of others. And I found myself in this boat. I really, it's crazy. Like God was talking about this to me today. He was talking about this to me today, bro. And he gave me the example of my music. You feel me? Like with my music. Sometimes I will send my music out, right? Right. I will send my music out and to people to what do you think? What do you think? You feel me? I'll send, what do you think? And they'll tell me what they think. You feel me? And that's a form of seeking approval from others, right? But at the end of the day, like I know my music is hard, bro. I know my music is hard. I know there's gonna be an ear that's gonna listen to the music. You feel me? So like at the end of the day, regardless of what people gotta say about the music, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I feel to do, because it is what it is. It is what I made it to be. It is what came out. You feel me? So it's like it's like stop seeking approval from others. Like that was hitting me right there. You feel me? So it's the point is rejecting external validation. And that was something that God really had to speak of me on, because it's like at the end of the day, when it comes to you, like you, bro, you know what is good. Well, you know what ain't good. Like you should know, right? And a lot of times, bro, like we'll go out seeking validation. We'll go out seeking validation from individuals that ain't even at the place where we want to be in life. You feel me? That ain't even at the place where we want to be in life. One thing I told myself is, you do need those people that's gonna keep it real with you. Right? You need those people who's gonna keep it real with you. But at the same time, you need to understand, who are you seeking validation from? What have they accomplished in their life? What have they done with their life? Right? And it's not to speak down on anybody that ain't accomplished. It's like there's levels to it. You feel me? There's levels to getting the approval of a say so. Right? There's levels to it. Right? And that's just the reality of life, bro. That's the reality of life, because if you're seeking approval from somebody that ain't got the results that you want in your life, and they ain't got it in their life, so how can that approval, how can that Validation even gets you close to where you want to be. That's something I had to think about when it came out to me just doing anything that I do in life. Anything that I do in life. Anything. So that goes for every aspect in your life. Like, look who you are. Look who you are seeking validation from, bruh. Look who you're looking for wisdom from, right? So learn to value who God has called you to be. You are unique and you are different. Your singleness is about unlocking the hidden in you and bringing what's hidden to light. We will never know your true value unless you show us it, because nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody can tell you your identity. Nobody can do that. That's all in you. Okay? That's all in you. It's up to you to bring it out. It's up to you to bring out the fruits that God has put inside of you. The next one. The next one is confidence and self-affirmation. Okay? So self-love leads to confidence. Okay? Self-love leads to confidence, allowing people to resist manipulation and handle criticism effectively. So self-love leads to confidence, allowing people to resist manipulation and handle criticism effectively. So confidence comes from loving yourself. And when you're confident and you love yourself, nobody can treat you bad. Nobody can do you wrong because you love yourself. So anybody that does you wrong shows you lack of love. Anybody that does you wrong, anybody that treats you wrong, like, understand that comes from a lack of them loving themselves. So you have to be confident in who God has called you to be by also affirming who God has called you to be by going back to the word, studying the word, getting in your word so you can get the right information so you can get to that next level in your life. Okay, so self-love leads to confidence, allowing people to resist manipulation and handle criticism effectively. So when you know yourself and you're confident in yourself, right, then you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about manipulation, being manipulated into anything, right? Know yourself, bro. The next one is investing in competence. Investing in competence, right? Invest into knowledge and skills to increase your influence and impact. Invest into your knowledge and skills to increase your impact. Invest into knowledge and skills to increase your influence and impact. This is a very important key. It's a very important key to self-love. If you love yourself, you would invest into yourself. I need you to write this down in your notes. I am my biggest investment. I am my biggest investment. There's no reason why you are investing in other people more than yourself. If you're investing in other people more than yourself, you're doing yourself a disfavor. Doing yourself a disfavor, bro. Okay? Life is about impact. It's about impact. Listen, Genesis 1:26 is what? God called us to be fruitful and multiply, subdue the earth, have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, be fruitful and multiply, right? So he called us to do Genesis 1:26 through 8. That is impact. That's what life is about. You are called to do and make an impact. God calls you to love him and love yourself so you can love people by serving your gift to the world. You can't serve the gift. You can't serve your gift to the world if you don't know your gift. So invest into yourself so you can know your gift, so you can know yourself. That's the key. You invest into yourself to learn more about yourself. When you invest into yourself, you're going to know, I like to do this. I don't like to do this. I like to do this. I don't like to do this. Invest into yourself. That's very crucial. Okay. Discovering, the next one. The next one is discovering personal gift. Discovering personal gift. Discovering personal gift. Finding one's unique gift is the source of significance and value in life. Finding one's unique gift is the source of significance and value in life. I need you guys to understand this, bro. Your purpose in life is to find your dang gift, bro. Like, if you don't know your, like, truly. If you don't know your gift, you ain't loved yourself enough. I'm keep it real with you. If you don't know your gift, you ain't loved yourself enough. You need to love yourself more, bruh. Because you've been spreading yourself too thin. There's no reason why you are in a relationship with God and you don't know your gift. So you need to pour more into yourself and figure that gift out. Because, bro, like you need to, remember, your gift is not for you. Although you have it, your gift is to serve the world. So whatever you think the gift is, how can you serve the world the gift? And how does your gift impact the world? Because your gift is going to create impact. So if your gift ain't on the level of impact, think about it. You don't want to, like, there's difference between gift and hobbies. There's difference between gifts and what I like to do. There's differences. So we got to figure it out. What is the gift? Because once you figure out the gift, like, you're supposed to make an impact with the gift. The gift is supposed to bring you in front of great men. The gift is supposed to make room for you. The gift is supposed to lead you to a sense of purpose. Gift. Your gift is the key component of your value. You discovering your gift is the result of loving God, loving yourself, and investing into yourself. That's the results. So you discovering your gift is the result of loving God, loving yourself, and investing into yourself. And the reality of all of that is when you do all of that, you automatically give God glory. Because you're doing exactly what God has called you to do. So giving God glory becomes natural, nature. You automatically give God glory because you're being obedient. Obedience gives God glory. The only time you don't glorify God is when you disobedient. So if you listen, right? Love God, love yourself, love people by serving your gift. Bro, all of that is giving glory to God because you give glory to God by becoming all God has called you to be. That's how you glorify God, bro. Become everything that God has called you to be. Glorify, because how are you glorifying him right now if you're not becoming everything he has called you to be, bro? Like, if you're not stepping into the fullness of your greatness, bro, how is it bringing God glory? God gets glory by you being fruitful and multiplying. Do you get it? Do you get it? By you being the product. We are the product. How do products bring manufacturers glory? By them producing what the manufacturer called them to produce. Because if the product does not produce, what happens? It gets recalled. It doesn't go on the shelf. It does not do anything. They pull it back. That means it was a failed product. It's very simple to understand, bro. Like, think about it. God is our manufacturer. We are his products. If we are not being fruitful and multiplying, you're not giving him glory. So don't be confused in your little bubble of prayer and worship and doing the bare minimum and thinking you giving God glory, bro. Like God wants you to give glory to him on a greater scale than your house, than the church building. Like, come on, bruh. Open up your mind to the greatness of who you are. Real talk, bruh. Real talk. Like you are called to be great. You are called to be great. Right? Like understand, like a lot of people think bare minimum. Yes, okay, it's cool, bro. You can be worshiping God, you can be doing this. Like, yeah, that's good, bro. That's good. That's glorifying God. You're glorifying that. But you want to give God the ultimate source of glory by being all you can be. Because if you don't become all you can be, are you really glorifying him to the man, bro? Are you really glorifying him to the best you could possibly be? It said write a book. Let's wait until after October when I have more time. Right now, I don't have a lot of time. So right now, I'm writing a book with my words, and I'm putting it all, documenting it online and posting it online everywhere. And eventually, I'll get to the greatest book I've ever wrote in my life. Right, but because the first book that I wrote isn't even on the caliber of what's to come. So just imagine when I get more time. Right, imagine when I get more time. That's the reality. I don't got enough time right now to write a book. But the moment my time frees up to write a book, we gonna do so. Okay? Next one is embracing influence. Embracing influence. Embracing influence. Influence and power results in personal success and greater value in society. Influence and power results in personal success and greater value in society. Like, what you need to understand is that when you love yourself, it becomes contagious in your creative space where you're making the world a better place. Like, come on, bro. It's very simple. You are a walking impactor. You're walking, carrying the glory of God, being all you can be in your authenticity, and you're carrying the presence of God everywhere you go. So that means you should be impacting. Because if you're not, what are you doing? Like, for real, what are you doing? Like, you need to embrace the fact that you're called to influence and you're called to be powerful. Like, you got to embrace it, bro. Like, you're not weak, bro. You're not weak. That's the reality. You're not weak. You're powerful. You have value. And there's something that's supposed to be contagious about you when you step into the field that God has called you to step into. Whatever creative space that you're called to, you're supposed to turn heads. You're supposed to step on a scene and people automatically sense your presence. You're supposed to step on a scene and people automatically say, "Who's that? Why do I feel the presence?" Like, come on, bro. If not, you gotta love yourself some more. That's it. So if you're not, listen, if you're not at that stage yet, you need to love yourself some more. That's all it comes back down to. You ain't loved yourself enough. You ain't loved yourself enough. So you need to love yourself some more so you understand and you get to the level when you step into rooms. When people hear you open your mouth, they shut up and listen. That's it. You're called to influence. You're called to create. You're called to have dominion. Govern. Manage. Be fruitful. Multiply. That's influence, bro. That's power. Come on, bro. You're nothing less than powerful. All right? Nothing less. And you need to walk around with that. You need to walk around. You need to walk around with that, bro. Okay? The next one. Becoming valuable. Becoming valuable. Value is determined by the worth you bring to life, leading to increased compensation and recognition. Value is determined by the worth you bring to life, leading to increased compensation and recognition. So guess what? The more and more you love yourself, the more and more people's gonna want you. And you're gonna get compensated for your gift, for who you are, for your authenticity. The value is in you. It's your potential. If you never bring your value to life, you will never truly step into the fullness of who you are. When you become a person of value, people will want you. Why do people want you? Because you're valuable. Why would somebody want to be in a relationship with you? Because you're valuable. Why would somebody want to be in a relationship with you? Because they see your gift. So you got to watch out for those people. They see your gift and they're going to be like, yo, I see gift. I want gift. I must become with compensation. Right? Like, watch out. Yeah, watch out, bro. So this is the definition of your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. This is the definition. You become a value. When you become a value, it brings you in front of people. Come on, bro. It brings you in front of people. Like it bring, come on, bro. Like you become like you want to be in the presence of great people, though. You feel me? At least you know, like if you got a gift, bro. At least you know, like the Bible says, it's gonna bring you in front of kings. So at least you know, ladies, when you stepping in your gift, you gonna be in front of kings and not jokers. Cause a lot of y'all been messing with the jesters, all the goofy dudes, always trying to crack jokes. They ain't kings though, you feel me? Like y'all been with the gestures instead of the kings. Your gift been bringing, your level of gift right now been bringing you in front of the jokers. Ah, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. So come on, bro. Come on, man. So, like, if you guys want to get away, if you ladies want to get away from the goofies, you need to start loving yourself more so your gift can make room for you and put you in front of kings. Come on, y'all. I believe in y'all. Y'all got this, bruh. Y'all got this. You just need to love yourself some more, man. Stop messing or entertaining the goofies, because the goofies is going to only make you goofy number two. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't coming for you. I just keep it real, bro. I just keep it real, bro. It's it's 10:30. I gotta make us laugh a little bit. You feel me? But it's just the truth, bro. It's just the truth. Like, don't become goofy number two. Like, you want to listen. If you a queen, you need to listen. It takes a king to make a queen. Like, for real, bro. So you better. Hey, listen, queen. You better, man. Put yourself in a position to succeed, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. So, the definition, so like your gift making room for you, the gift making room for you is the definition of somebody knowing their identity and being fruitful and being who God has called them to be. Okay? That's the reality. That's the reality. Okay? Here we go. The next one. The next one is gift significance. Gift significance. All right, here we go. The importance of understanding and appreciating your gift is understanding it attracts opportunities and success. Okay? The importance of understanding and appreciating your gift is understanding it attracts opportunities and success. See, I'm not coming for y'all. You feel me? Like, don't take it personal. I'm calling you up higher. Because that's what a man should do. Call you up higher. Like, I'm not coming for you. I'm calling you up. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's the reality. Because if you've been messing with the goofies, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you, bro. So stop messing with the goofies and come up higher, because there's levels to this. You feel me? So your gift is what's going to get you through the doors that is closed. You feel me? The gift is going to get you through the doors that is closed. So if you never become if you never become who God has called you to be, the doors will stay closed. The doors will stay closed. Loving yourself and loving God plays a huge role in understanding your gift. All right. So understand this. Your gift, right? Understanding and appreciating your gifts comes from understanding that your gift attracts opportunities and success. But your gift will also attract bad opportunities and good opportunities, right? You're going to attract the jokers and you're going to attract the king, right? You're going to attract good money, you're going to attract bad money, right? So this is where discernment comes in. This is where loving God comes in, because when you love God, you love yourself, you get discernment. Like everything, how you live this life stems from loving God, loving yourself, so everything works, bro. Like it's really not that complicated, like in all reality. It ain't complicated. Sometimes we overcomplicate it or sometimes we just don't know. We wasn't taught, but now you know, now you taught, so now you're held accountable. So, like, don't end up with goofies, because now you know. Now you know. So, your gift is going to attract good and bad. It's going to attract real and counterfeit. Gold and fool's gold, right? So, it's either you're going to want that pure gold or you're going to want that gold that's going to make your next thing green. It's up to you, bro. Okay? The next one is self-love's role in success. Self-love's role in success. Self-love is the turning point to personal success. Self-love is the turning point to personal success. You won't truly be successful until you love yourself. Real talk, bro. You won't truly be successful until you love yourself. Success is the results of you loving God, loving yourself. That's success. That's how you get success. Like that's the key. That's the key. Okay, so love yourself, bro. Like you have to. You have to. So if you want success in life, kingdom success in life, bro, learn to love yourself, bro. Learn to love yourself because you're not truly going to be successful until you do so. Okay. The next one is affirming identity and surrender. Affirming identity and surrender. Reject negative influences. Reaffirm your identity and surrender to self-love through prayer. Very important. Very important that we block out the noise and submit to God. Block out the noise, submit to God through prayer, reading your Bible, all the things that you already do. Block out the noise, submit to God. And understand when you do that, you become all that God has called you to be. All right? That's the key to self-love. The whole point of this is for us to become, y'all. Become. The whole point of y'all being here tonight is so you can understand how to become. This is the key, bro. This is crucial. This is a crucial study right here for us to understand. Crucial study. And this is just simply by understanding 2 verses in the Bible, bro. There's a whole 66 books that we got to go break through, bro. You feel me? Like, so let's take this nugget. Let's take these 2 nuggets right here talking about love. You can go everywhere else, but listen, we got 2 nuggets right here that we learned about today. Let's take these nuggets. Let's put them in our pocket and let's not forget them. Not forget them, right? Because everything that we're learning today is everything that it takes to get you to the next level, to where you're supposed to be. Okay? When you block out the noise and submit to God, your life will change forever. Forever, ever. You'll never be the same, bro. You'll never be the same. Like, bro, I promise you, it's just so crazy because me personally, I just know and I see, I'm at the point in my life right now where I see my future. And I see it happening very, 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 very fast. Like when I tell you guys there's gonna be a live within very soon, there's gonna be a live where I'm gonna be live and there's gonna be a nice sunset behind me, some nice water behind me, nice environment. You're not gonna see this environment no more. We're gonna go live and it's gonna be completely different. You're gonna know that Kaika's been doing purpose in his life. Kaika's been loving himself in his life. Kaika's been doing this in his life. And I only want that to motivate you guys, to get y'all to the next level, to show you listen, bruh, this is the results of applying everything that we're talking about today. You feel me? This is the result of an application. This is the results. So my greatest thing that I want for you guys is just to be motivated and inspired by someone that's actually just doing it and working at it every single day, no matter what is going on in your life. No matter what situation, bro, no matter what, bro, documenting this entire journey, and y'all being on the entire journey, every step of the way. And as I'm on my journey to becoming the king that God has called me to be, understand, bro, y'all gonna see that whole journey and let this inspire you, to show you everything that you're capable of doing. That's all it should be doing, of showing you the capabilities. If Kaika could do it, literally, if Kaika can do it, I can do it. My life is I literally started from nothing. Literally, bro. From government assistance, bro, to getting off of government assistance, EBT, food stamps, swiping cards, bro, going homeless, bro. All of these different things, bro. As long as I had God, bro, I was good. Real talk, as long as I had God, I was good. And he brought me to this point today, and I'm here to tell y'all, bro, if y'all do these things, you trust God in your process, no matter how long your process is, and you never give up on God, he won't give up on you, and those promises will come into fruition, bro. It's a beautiful story. And one day I'll tell the story in front of millions, stadiums, I promise you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And every single one of you guys I have an entire front row at the stadium. We'll have an entire front row for just KU members only, KU members only, KU members only, KU members. Have like 200, 300 seats for all the people that can show up. Listen, everybody show up. And it's going to get to the point. Look, it's going to get to the point where Kaika's going to be able to look. We have a KU fund now. So for all those that can't afford it, guess what? You get to come. 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 And from there, it's just there, bro. It's just there. You get to come. Funding everybody. And that's the vision, because there is no limitations in the kingdom of God. And this is what God wants to do. And this is what God people, because if God wants you there, you're going to get there. And that's the reality, bro. That's the reality. This is why I tell y'all, get in the ark. Get involved with what we got going on. Be involved. Stay pressed in, bro. Stay plugged in, because as long as you was in the ark, bro, I promise you, God's going to take care of y'all, bro. In every single aspect. All right, come on. Let's get into these wisdom applications here. And let's begin to wrap this up, okay? Okay? So, 10 wisdom application principles. Okay. Listen, when you write these wisdom applications down, yo, the word is application. So when you write these down, y'all, what are we doing? What are we going to do when we write these down, okay? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? 10 wisdom applications with these principles. What are we going to do when we write them down? Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Number one. Prioritize self-exploration. Prioritize self-exploration. Okay? Dedicate time to understand yourself, your strengths, and your unique qualities. Dedicate time to understand yourself, your strength, and unique qualities. Yo, you need to spend time with yourself, all right? Spend time with yourself. Figure out what you like, what you don't like, what you can do, what you can't do. And what I always tell people is, bro, don't focus on what you can't do. If you can't do stuff, then stop doing that. Why are you trying to do something? Like, a lot of people try to do things they can't do, bro. You simply can't do it, but don't worry about it. Focus on what you can do and get better at what you can do, because the more you get better at what you can do, you're going to get great at it. Like, bro, that's how it works, bro. Like, for real. There's literally things there's some things that Kaika just don't know because I wasn't taught, bro. I wasn't taught. And one day I'm going to get to it. Bro. There's certain things, like some guys is very good at car things. You feel me? Some guys is very good at car things. Like, they have a fascination with understanding car things, bro. I ain't got to that level yet. You feel me? Like, I ain't got to that level yet, bro. There's so many things that I was focusing on in my life. I ain't had time to figure all that type of stuff out. You feel me? So it's like there's certain things listen, there's certain things that I'll be like, God's going to provide the money for it, and I'll just get it paid for, bro. Like, that's how I be thinking. I'll be like, bro, I'm just going to get it paid for. I'll get the professional. Because I've always been a do-it-yourself type of person, bro. But at the same time, there's times where it's just like, bro, just money solves a lot of problems, bro. Money solves a lot of problems. Why would I focus on that when I can just do this, bro? I can just pay somebody real quick, get it, boom, bing, bang, bing. No stress, chilling. Just got to be patient. That's just me. Like I said, so there is a lot of things that I had to focus on, bro. Like, there's a lot of things I have to focus on. So, figure out your weaknesses. Figure out your strengths, bro. Figure out your unique qualities, bro. Like, figure out, like, I always tell people, like, focus on your strengths. Focus on your strength, bro. When you focus on your strengths, then you get better, and you get better, and you get better, you get better. The problem is, a lot of people got strengths. They focus on their weakness, and they're spreading themselves too thin, because your strength ain't even that strong like it could be, because you're too busy trying to get your weaknesses up, right? Focus on your strength. You don't got a lot of time. Number 2, cultivate internal motivation. Cultivate internal motivation, bro. Develop a drive that comes from within rather than relying on external factors of motivation, all right, for motivation. So develop a drive that comes from within rather than relying on external factors for motivation. So now, this really comes down to understanding your why. Why do you get up every single morning to do what you do? Understanding your vision. Your vision is your why. My why has always been a lot I've always wanted to be, one thing I wanted to do was be the first millionaire in my family, but not only just to be a millionaire, but to get my family out the situations that they were in, bro. Like, I got sisters, I got little sisters I want to spend more time with that I can't do that while I'm working a job, bro. I'm constantly busy. Like, so, like, develop your why, write your why down. I want to retire my mom. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, develop your why, bro. Like, figure out what's your why. Your why is what gets you up in the morning every single day. The why is why you don't hit that snooze button. The why is everything. Everything. I learned that in business, bro. Your why is what's going to keep you motivated. It's what's going to keep you driven. You feel me? So develop that drive that comes from within that gets you up in the morning to get going and do what you need to do. Number 3, value your worth. Value your worth. Recognize your worth and avoid seeking validation from others for your self-esteem. Recognize your worth and avoid seeking validation from others for your self-esteem. Bro, stop tripping off people, bro. You don't need people to tell you how much you're worth. You don't need people to tell how much you are valuable, bro. At the end of the day, bro, look in the mirror and you say, God, you created this amazing, beautiful creation. Thank you for what I look like. Thank you for what you've given me. We're going to step into the fullness of who we are today, and we're going to have a blessed day. Amen. Be great. That's literally what you should say to yourself when you look in the mirror, bro. Like, bro, because we going to be honest, bro. Everybody, listen, bro. I'm not being mean. Some people are just blessed. So, like, if we all come from the tree of God, some people are just very blessed apples. Some people is just very bruised. And the only reason why that can be is, now there's multiple different reasons why that can be, but if you're blessed, you're blessed. You're blessed, you're blessed. You better be grateful. You better be grateful, because there's people that got it worse than you. That's the moral of the story, okay? That's the moral of the story. Everybody got flaws. Everybody got flaws, bro. There's something that everybody don't like about themselves, bro. But that is the reality of life. Like, let's keep it real here, though. All I'm doing is just being honest. God loves everybody. Like, it's crazy to say that everybody was made in the image and likeness of God, so that means God just looks like everybody. No, but like, for real though. So, like, if you're blessed, bro, and embrace that, value that, bro. Like, don't go now getting conceited, bro. Don't go now getting conceited now, okay? Like, calm down there, Tiger. Calm down, all right? But know your worth, know your value, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. The next one. Like, when I think about that, because there is just some people, like I be seeing, like, sometimes, bro, I be seeing this, like ego really rules some people. Like, ego really rules some people, and I'm just like, bro, humble yourself, because the wrong person that you come across is gonna humble you. Like, for real, bro. Like, some people just like, yo, calm down, bro. Like calm down, bro. Like, I be like, for real, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, some people really be like definition of D-Lulu. Like, bro, they be everywhere. I be like, bro, just calm down, bro. Like, okay, I don't know how to get there. The next one is embrace self-improvement. Embrace self-improvement. Continuously strive to improve your skills and knowledge, enhancing your competence and influence. Continuously strive to improve your skills and knowledge, enhancing your competence and influence. Very important, bro. Like, what I tell you, what set me apart from a lot of people, bro, is I read a lot of books. I'm still working on reading more. The moment I get a lot more time in my life, I'm going to read a lot more. I know I will. Read a lot of books. Listen to a lot of impactful YouTube videos. I listen to a lot of series, bro. Like, God gave me, like, it's crazy. Like, my only jobs that I had in my life was time where I was by myself and I was able to listen to something while working. That was the power that God gave me, because although I wasn't able to sit down and listen, but I was able to stimulate my mind. So you need to stimulate your mind to the point where you're stimulating it and you're giving your mind direction. Like, give your mind direction. You feel me? So with the videos and the things you do every single day needs to lead you in a direction, because the more and more you fill yourself up with those things, the more and more you're going to go in that direction. That's how this works. So if you're sitting there watching nonsense, watching bull crap, like I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of people that have podcasts that shouldn't be on podcasts, because there's a lot of podcasts don't do nothing for your self growth, bro. It's simply for entertainment. So like, cut the entertainment and go straight to the value, because you need to be a learner. You need to be a learner, right? It's not about, like, we're in a stage of our life right now where we need to be learning, we need to be growing. Like, forget the entertainment. Forget that, bro. You need to be applying wisdom to your mind. If you can't read your Bible, listen to it. Like, there's times where I listen to my Bible. There's times where I listen to sermons of my mentors, bro. So, like, do these different things so you can get to the next level. You got to do what you got to do. The next one, discover your gift. Discover your gift. Okay, the last point was embrace self-improvement. The last one that I just said was embrace self-improvement. Continuously strive to improve your skills and knowledge, enhancing your competence and influence. Okay? The next one, discover your gift. The next one is discover your gift. Seek out and identify your unique gift or talent that sets you apart and contributes to your significance. Seek out and identify your unique gift or talent that sets you apart and contributes to your significance. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. As I begin to discover who God has called me to be, it's crazy how my gift is the one thing the enemy tried to silence me with, was my voice. You feel me? My voice in every aspect, just my ability to speak. Like if I'm being honest, bro, speaking is a gift for me. Teaching is a gift for me. Like, it really does come natural, and I can't run away from it. I cannot run away from it. That's really what it is. I can't run away from it. So, like, as much as I try to run away from it, like, this is just what I call to do. This is what he wants me to do at this point. You feel me? Of course, I got other gifts and talents, but, like, this is a gift, though. Like, there's people that got it, and there's people that don't got it. You feel me? And, man, like, God put me in a position to really, I guess I got it. So discover your gift, bro. Figure out what you got and go from there. The next one is practice self-affirmation. Practice self-affirmation. Regularly affirm your value, your abilities, and your potential, fostering a strong self-concept. Regularly affirm your value, abilities, and potential, fostering a strong self-concept. That is very important. Like I said, bro, no, you know your value, you know your worth, you know what you bring to the table, bro. Like, come on now, like, stop playing with yourself. Like, keep it 100. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you ain't this, you ain't that. They're speaking from their own insecurities, bro. Don't allow other people to project onto you what their problems is. They problems that's inside of them. You feel me? So that's what happens when you deal. Like, see, you deal with those type of people when you don't know your identity, right? Because when you know your identity, you don't deal with those type of people, right? But you deal with those type of people when you ain't fully walking in your identity, because birds of a feather flock together. So if you I follow y'all. My bad, bro. I'm done. I turned off the alarms, bro. Sick of the alarms, bro. I had one at 11 too. So I had to turn the 11 o'clock alarm off. I forgot, bro. I forget, but I have these alarms because they remind me stuff. Like, I have alarms because I don't need people to remind me anything. I put alarms to remind myself. What's your why, Kaika? Do this, do that. What's this? Like, that's why I have so many alarms, bruh. That's why I have so many alarms. But, like, I had to turn off the 11 one because I literally had an alarm at 11 o'clock to remind me to do something. You feel me? But I'm already in the middle of doing something, so for real, bro. Know your remember, affirm yourself, bro. Do that because that's very important, bro. Like, the key in life is developing that strong self-concept. Once you have that strong self-concept, bro, like, you good. You good, bro. The next one is resist manipulation. Resist manipulation. Develop the confidence to stand firm against manipulation or external pressures rooted in self-love. So the how you okay, let me say that one more time. Develop the self-confidence to stand firm against manipulation or external pressures rooted in self-love. So how you resist manipulation, not becoming what the world wants you to become, not conforming to the world, not becoming who your partner wants you to become, like, it's very important for you to know yourself. That's it. Because if you know yourself, you truly ain't, you're not worried about nobody for real. So know yourself. Know yourself, bro. Love yourself. Love God, bro. You don't gotta worry about someone coming into your life telling you, "Hey, fix this up. Fix your face." Right? Fix your face. Don't gotta worry about that. The next one: manage criticism. Manage criticism. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm funny sometimes, bro. I be funny sometimes. It just comes out, yo. I promise, it just comes out. I don't even be trying. That's the first thing that be coming to my mind. The next one is manage criticism. Cultivate the ability to handle criticism without letting it undermine your self-worth. Cultivate the ability to handle criticism without letting it undermine your self-worth. Very important, bro. You gotta be able to take some criticism, bro. Right? You like you gotta understand, bro. Take some criticism. We're gonna come here, wrestle some feathers real quick, bro. Wrestle some feathers. Y'all know, bro. Like, that's what we do, bro. But just know, I ain't coming for your self-worth. I'm calling your self-worth up, right? So you gotta know the people that is calling your self-worth up and the people that is purely hating. Because there's haters always in the atmosphere, bro. Always. You gotta get that. When you're doing something good, there's always gonna be a hater telling you why you can't do this, or you ain't this, you ain't that, like, always, bro. So you just gotta be able to silence the haters, bro. Like I gotta say, bro. Take out the meat, spit out the bone. Take out the meat, spit out the bone. A lot of people just throwing bones at you. That's what a lot of people do. They just like to throw bones at you because they ain't got nothing else better to do. When someone don't got anything else better to do, bro, all they do is just throw bones, bro. Throw bones. Lame. Lame, 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 lame. The next one is invest in personal growth. Invest in personal growth. Invest in personal growth. Prioritize personal development through courses, experiences, and learning opportunities, bro. Prioritize personal development through courses, experiences, and learning opportunities, bro. That's so powerful. Like, bro, one thing that kept me motivated and what I wanted to do in life, bro, is I went to seminars, bro. Every free seminar I can go to, I go to a free seminar. I don't care, bro. If it was about wealth, I'm there. If it was about business, I'm there. If it only cost me $25 to get a general admission ticket, I'm there, bro. Why not? Because that's what you got to do to invest into yourself. You find out your field, you find out your gift, go to a seminars, go where all the big brain people be so you can become big brain. That's it, bro. It's really what you got to do, bro. That's the key. That is the key. Buy courses. Like, bro, remember, you are your biggest investment. Like, I had to spend thousands I had to spend some of my last dollars into myself. Like, I don't think y'all hear me, bro. Like, my life did not come in and did not, like, saving was not part of my agenda, bro. It was not part of my agenda. Saving money was never part of my agenda because I understood that I will never save enough. I will never save enough to get to where I want to go in the time I want to get there. So I knew what I had to do. I had to spend every single dollar, not spend, invest every single dollar into myself and bet on myself to get to the next level. Why? So every single paycheck, I go back to zero to keep working, to keep working, to keep working, to keep working. Taught me how to manage with the little, so one day, bow, the biggest investment hit now. Dang, Kaika, what was you going to do with all this time? What you going to do with all this money now? You got to invest in yourself, bro. You got to sacrifice, bro. Y'all don't even understand. One day, I'm going to really tell the sacrifice story, bro. Once I really make it, I'm going to really tell the story of how it really is, bro, because, boy, if y'all understood what Kaika had to go through just to get to the level, like, understand, bro. There's a reason why your boy is eating burritos every single day. Sacrifice, bro. There's a reason why I'm eating burritos. I ain't going out. I ain't making this. I ain't making that. There's a reason, bro. Sacrifice, because I'm telling you, everything is purposeful. I understand that, like, I don't like to cook, but like, there's still a reason why I'm eating burritos, bro. It's cost effective. It's cost effective, bro. It's managing the little, though. It's managing the little. Being okay. Exactly. Intentional. Being intentional. For what, though? The vision of the future, though. The future is what keeps it going, bro. Some days, bro, I don't even, bro, like the last like 3 days, bro, I didn't even eat. All I was eating was these packs of, bro, this is all I be eating. I be eating these high energy mix all the time, bro. I go to the gas station, I work, I eat high energy mix all day, bro. Ask me how I do it, bro. I don't know, bro. All I say is like, dang, at this point, God, I'm on a Daniel fast. All I'm eating is nuts and raisins and nuts and raisins. That's it, bro. That's all I've been eating. So, like, and I be good though. I be good though. Like, I literally be good throughout the day. Throughout the day, bro. That's what I'm talking about, like a lifestyle fast, bro. But like I said, there's a reason, bro. There's a reason. There's a reason. Like, it's crazy. Like, just don't say nothing the entire time until we start talking about burritos, bro. Like, until we start talking about burritos, then she makes her appearance. Like, it's crazy, bro. That's crazy. The next one, bro. The next one. Here we go. Commit to self-love. Commit to self-love. The last one is commit to self-love, y'all. Commit to self-love. Embrace self-love as a lifelong journey, fostering a positive self-image and influencing your overall success. Embrace self-love as a lifelong journey, fostering a positive self-image and influencing your overall success. Like, for real, bro. Like, for real. Like, this is part of, like, you got to commit to loving yourself. It's a journey, bro. It's a journey. Like, it's a process, bro. That's what it is. You got to embrace it, love it, do it, bro. Right? If y'all do everything that we talked about tonight, if we do everything we talked about tonight, y'all. All right, do everything we talked about tonight, bro. You're going to maximize your singleness. Okay, you're going to maximize your singleness. All right, that's the goal. Maximizing singleness is the goal. We're going to get there every single day. As long as we continue on to keep on, right? We're going to get there, y'all. We're going to get there. Like,